All right, we're going.
The title of my speech is Living on the Sharp End. It's an informative speech on rock climbing from its conception to the progress and modern evolution of. I wish to shed light on the culture of the sport through means of location, style, and equipment used to keep climbers going to new heights. Imagine yourself 1,000 feet off the ground. You're completely alone. Your hands are bleeding. They're shoved in a narrow, knife blade thin crack. You're hanging. Time feels like it's stopped. There's not a thought running through your head besides, how are you going to stay on the wall? What are you going to keep going? You can't back down. But you don't have time for any of these thoughts. You need to throw them in a psychological vault and lower away the key. The only thought you need to have is your next move, where you're going to go, and hoping to God that your number 2 cam is connected to your harness hanging from your belt. This cam, a device used to shove in the cracks of the rock, to anchor in and to conform and convey to the features of the crack, displaces your weight in case of a fall and allows your body to hang, to take a break while you're scaling a mountain. The specifics of climbing and the know-how are not the complete approach to this speech. I do not wish to convey theory or technique, but I do wish to spark a desire for all of those watching to be able to step outside, get out of the realm of their social norm, and try something new. Discover your potential, push your own body limits, and see where you can go. To begin, let's take a look at the history of rock climbing. From modern advances in America, big wall climbers in Yosemite Valley, California started a sport that elsewhere in the world, mountaineering was going crazy. In the United States, it took several years for it to become popular. Even today, it's just now starting to reach the mainstream. Yosemite Valley big wall climbers started scaling things that others thought were completely unsurpassable by using means of aid climbing, an approach of climbing where your body weight and your own physical strength is not used to scale the wall. Different pieces of gear and equipment are used to help ascend, but that's not the approach I'm trying to take to this method of speech. The Red River Gorge is a local area, a crag that's known throughout the world for being one of the top sport climbing locations in the world. Located 40 miles southeast of here, Richmond, Kentucky, a mecca, so you say, so to speak, of climbing is just right around our back door. Here, Porter Gerard started setting lines in the mid-'80s that has completely compelled and changed the climbing community. Devices such as these, a quick draw, and a belay device are used by modern climbers to scale up and to keep you safe. The belay device is used for pushing at the opposite end of the rope from the climber. This is a braking device and an automatic locking device that stops and holds in case of a fall. This keeps the rope from falling throughout the device and the climber from falling. Quick draws are attached at one end to a bolt in the rock, a fixed anchor. This style of climbing is called sport climbing, as mentioned in the Red River Gorge. At this end, the climber connects his rope, which is connected to his waist. From here, you clip in, and from there, your anchor is set and steady. This piece of equipment is known as a carabiner. It's one of the most modern, probably well-known and well-seen articles of climbing. This is used to attach rope, to fix anchors, or to set up any kind of slings or weight replacement as needed. Trad climbing is a style of climbing where the climber takes a cam, as mentioned earlier in the speech, and places it inside the crack of a wall. This cam is used, in theory, like a quick draw. Your rope connects to one end, and at the other end, instead of being placed into a fixed anchor, it is shoved into a rock. Hopefully it doesn't fall. Unlike sport climbing, there is a 100% chance that the weight will hold. The cam could easily bust, and from there the climber is going to, gravity's going to take hold. It's going to send the climber falling back to the modern world. Now that I've explained the different types of climbing and some of the different protection used, let's take a look at a few different climbers that are starting to propel the sport into the mainstream. People like Chris Sharma and Tommy Caldwell, both born from Colorado, Yale across the United States as some of the best climbers in the world. They've set routes all over the world, and from there they've become sponsored climbers who make their living from doing videos and selling in articles and magazines. Climbing is a lifestyle. It is not a competition or a sport. These exceptional climbers do not define the activity. They merely push the limits. Throughout this speech, I wish to leave you, the audience, with a concise portrayal of rock climbing through the aspects thereof and the environment which it surpassed. As with any controversial topic or promotion, as the awareness of rises, the fear will lower. I do not wish for anyone to go out and try a sport that's something that they've never done and seen without any information, but I do hope that as the fear lowers, others will be more excited and more apt to try the sport.